Okay, hello teachers. Welcome back to another segment of Classroom Management by Design for the Primary Teacher. Welcome. If this is your first time finding us, I am Lauren Zwiegen. I am the founder of LessonPlanToolbox.com, where we help primary teachers master classroom management easily, consistently, and most importantly, effectively, each and every day. They fill out a Google form, tell us what's going on in their classrooms. We give them the strategies, resources, and pretty much support that they need to address these in their classroom. All happens during the school day. They don't have to worry about it at home. We're doing it behind the scenes for them, and it just truly has been a magical process that teachers have been loving. Hopefully you've been watching our past couple of segments of this series, Classroom Management by Design, where you don't necessarily get that direct one-on-one support as the teachers in our community do, but we do listen to teachers and try to address overall issues that are coming up in classrooms for teachers across the country. So lately we've been focusing on the holiday. We started about gratitude in the classroom for teachers. We started talking about gratitude and why it could be hard for some students to be thankful this time of year. Then we got into to gift or not to gift last week. So this week we are going to cover the topic of easing holiday hecticness for primary teachers especially. So let's jump into this, okay? The holiday season is a wonderful time, but it can be a high-stress period for teachers balancing classroom demands, holiday planning, and making time for family and fun, right? So managing these responsibilities while also finding time for taking care of yourself can seem pretty overwhelming. It can be daunting. So this week we're going to focus on some strategies for streamlining schedules and fitting in your essential subjects, preparing for the holidays at home, and prioritizing quality time with family without guilt. That would be guilt-free. So let's get started. Excuse me. First step we want to do is simplify and prioritize classroom tasks. This needs to happen first for everything else to fall into place, right? So to ease the stress of the busy holiday schedules, it is essential to prioritize and streamline classroom responsibilities. Here's what you're going to do. First, set your key learning objectives. Decide and define your top learning goals for December and focus on those lessons to cover first and foremost. Instead of trying to cover every subject fully, decide on your primary academic goals and allow some flexibility in those non-core subjects like your science and your social studies, okay? Maybe even handwriting. If improving reading comprehension is a goal, focus your lessons around holiday-themed reading passages or storybooks to help reinforce those reading skills in a fun and festive way. Super simple, okay? Use integrated lessons so you can combine subjects where it's possible to maximize time and keep your students engaged. The integrated lessons allow your students to address multiple objectives in a single activity, which reduces the need for separate lesson planning and saves you time in the long run. And your students are usually more engaged in those integrated lessons too. Okay? Here's an example of what this would look like. You can create a holiday-themed math and literacy activity, like reading a story that involves counting or measurements, or use holiday recipes to teach fractions and measurements in math, okay? Another thing you can do is to plan short, engaging activities. Their attention spans are often shorter in December. They're short as it is, but they're even shorter in December if you can believe that. So when you plan shorter activities, it is going to keep your students interested without requiring lengthy prep or transitions on your end. So just simple hands-on activities can make the learning fun and maintain focus, even in a festive classroom environment. Super great thing to do if you can. Have a hands-on activity and then do some type of creative writing piece with it. Your students will love it and you will be amazed at how much writing they can produce. Okay, next thing you want to do as the teacher is streamline grading and prep work, right? Grading and lesson prep can quickly add to your stress levels. So we want to find ways to reduce this load to make your life just run smoother. You can use self-grading activities. Incorporate self-check activities where the students can assess their own work. For example, use digital resources or peer review worksheets for certain exercises. This is going to free up time and promotes independence. And you know you have access to all types of resources online where they can bop on, take the quiz, and it scores it for you. Take advantage of that in December. I wouldn't say do it all year, but in December, heck yeah, why not? You know what, boys and girls? These next couple weeks, this is how our spelling quiz is going to go, or this is how our vocabulary quiz is going to go. This is how our phonics assessment is going to happen. We're only doing it in December. It is okay to try different forms of assessment, and here is case in point. The next thing we want to focus on is to batch similar tasks, okay? We teachers don't do this. We need to start doing this more because it makes life so much easier. But try batching similar tasks like grading a single subject for all your students before moving to the next one. This is going to reduce decision fatigue and it lets you finish grading in less time. You're in that mode and your brain is set to keep working, so you'll therefore get it done. Don't just grade a couple, get up and get distracted. Sit down, grade them all, get it all done. The next thing you want to try to do to streamline your school end of things is automate where possible. If your school uses online grading platform, input your grades and notes in real time during class activity. This is going to eliminate that need for extra work at home and ensure grades are up to date without requiring a separate grading session. Lauren, how do I do that? It's real simple. As they finish a task, like I'm not saying for tests essentially, but if it's like a simple worksheet, like a phonics worksheet where they're simply filling in words, you can grade it. As boys and girls, as you finish, bring it up. I'm going to correct your work. As you correct it, you enter their score. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. The next thing we want to cover is holiday planning for home. This can cause stress because we give so much of ourselves at school that a lot of times teachers feel they don't really get to focus on home until that break comes, when that last bell rings on the last day before break. Not anymore. Balancing holiday prep at home while managing school responsibilities, it's challenging. There is no question about it. But we are going to offer you some ways to make it more manageable so you can have both and live that holiday life at school and live it again when you get home with your own family, okay? First thing you need to do is have a simple holiday checklist. Break down your holiday planning into small, manageable tasks with a checklist that would include categories like, who do you need gifts for? What decorations are going up? What meals are we having? Tackle one task per day to avoid that overwhelmed feeling, especially as it gets closer to the holidays. For example, if you set up a checklist with holiday shopping, gift wrapping, decorating, and meal prep, and assign one small task each day or on the weekend leading up to the holidays, you are going to feel so less stressed, okay? So much less stress. The next thing you can do is involve your family in your holiday prep, right? It doesn't have to be a solo activity. Involve your family members, including children, in tasks like gift wrapping or decorating and meal prep. Not only does it lighten the load, but you're getting those bonding moments in too, and you're creating those memories your children will remember for a lifetime. The next thing I would say, limit extravagance for simplicity's sake. Consider streamlining your holiday plans at home. Stick to core traditions that bring joy without overextending yourself with elaborate decorations or meals or going to 50 million events. You don't have to attend every Cookies with Santa. Pick one or two and do that. You don't have to go to every single one you're invited to. Sorry, we're not going to go to that one. We actually are already going to one on the 10th of December or whatever, okay? The next thing we want to do, and this is not just for the holidays, but more importantly at the holidays, set those boundaries with schoolwork. It is easy to feel guilty about stepping away from school responsibilities during the holiday break. But setting boundaries ensures you have the mental energy for both your personal and your professional life. You can designate no schoolwork times. You set specific no school work hours during your evenings or on weekends and let yourself unplug fully. Communicate this with your teacher friends if it's necessary so everyone respects each other's boundaries. If you are working on the weekends, hey, I'm working. If you have any questions, let me know. Commit to avoiding schoolwork after 5 o'clock during the week or Sunday afternoons, and allow yourself dedicated time for rest and personal activities. And that should be year-round, not just during the holidays, okay? The next one that's coming up is that lovely email. You're going to limit checking your emails. Resist the urge to check your work emails during your family time. Schedule times to check messages if needed, but avoid responding or engaging outside of those hours. When you are with family, it is family time. After your kiddos go to bed, and if your spouse is okay with it or your significant other is okay with it, then go ahead and send that reply. But especially if you have little ones, you are making memories with them. School can wait. Remember the days when mom and dad would write the note and it went, the next day to school? Think of it that way. Everything gets resolved. Okay, the next thing I would suggest is make a holiday week plan. So before leaving for break, create a simple plan for your first week back. So you're not spending the holiday time thinking about school. When you're organizing these lesson plans and the resources in advance, you are going to feel so much ease heading back in January, feeling refreshed and ready to go. Try to get your bulletin boards done before break. I would always put on a movie the last part of the day and start putting Christmas, or I should say holiday stuff away, not necessarily Christmas, but putting away the holiday lights and all the decorations. Kids are watching the movie. I'm kind of putting that stuff in lockers, changing out bulletin boards, changing out the calendar. They are so engaged in the video, they don't really realize that this is happening. And then come back in January, it is ready to go. Okay? Get your lesson plans done during that last week too, so you're not worried, what am I doing when I come back to school? Pick up from where you left off, okay? You want to prioritize that quality family time and your self-care without guilt. This season is a time to connect with your family, with your loved ones. And it's taking time for yourself, and doing both of these are going to benefit you and your students. How do you do this without feeling guilty? I have so much to do. How do I do this? Okay. First, it's all going to be up here. Positive self-talk. You need to remind yourself that taking time for family, friends, and self-care makes you a better teacher in the long run because you're happy. Practicing gratitude and mindfulness will completely shift your focus from guilt to fulfillment. If you are not doing that, if you have not learned, if you have not been around here and heard me preach about this, you need to start doing that every single day. Okay? The next thing you want to do, and you don't have to get carried away with this one, but schedule special family moments. Plan just a couple of specific family activities that are simple but meaningful. Maybe a movie night. Maybe a baking day. Maybe the holiday outing to cut a tree down. It doesn't really have to require much planning, but you're making those memories and you are going to feel that connection. Okay? Maybe you try setting aside one night each week during the holiday season where it's family night. Everyone can enjoy a favorite meal, a game, or a movie together. That simple. Okay? The next thing you want to do is engage in your personal traditions and your self-care. Take time to enjoy something you love, that personal tradition, not even a family tradition. It is for you. It could be reading a favorite book. It could be journaling. It could be taking a walk each morning and looking at all the decorations. But these small little rituals are going to recharge you and bring you peace during a hectic time. Okay? Some quick tips you might want to keep in mind. Again, these work for me. They may not work for you, but I love sharing what I know and what works. Batch gift wrapping. Set aside one day and you are wrapping all of your holiday gifts at once, avoiding the last minute scrambling. Okay? I'm telling you, there might always be like one or two last minute gifts, but if you can get the gift wrapping out of the way, like beginning of break, everything is bought. Amazon is your friend. You don't have to be out in all the stores. let the online world do its magic and show up at your door or get it delivered to grandma and grandpa's house. Go over there one night, wrap away with grandma, bada bing, bada boom. You are going to feel so much less stress when the wrapping is done. I promise you. The next thing you want to do, and I always did this, plan ahead for January. You are going to prepare very simple, low stress, did you hear me? Low stress activities for the first week back to school. We are easing into the second part of the school year slowly and smoothly. We're not just jumping back into our next lesson in math or our next lesson in reading. No, ease into it. Have some fun with it. We're going to be giving you a Happy New Year even post coming up in probably a week or two. So you can have that as a resource for that first day back to school. Okay? Most importantly, accept help. If friends or family offer to assist you with different tasks or school prep, heck yes, say yes. I would love it if you could help me. You're going to enjoy it a lot better. You're going to appreciate them so much more. And they're taking a load off your plate. Say yes. It is okay to say yes. I promise you. Okay? I promise you. Most importantly, enjoy the moment. Remember that the holiday time, it's precious. Let go of perfection. Let go of needing to be all the things at all the times and just enjoy the season. Know that your students benefit when you return and you are recharged and you are refreshed. You have those couple lessons planned for that back to school week in January. You are good to go. Get your copies made. Start thinking about it now so you can get it done now. Don't wait till that week before Christmas. Start doing this stuff now, okay? A little bit now, a little bit every day, and then you'll be ready for January. You can enjoy your break. Balancing the holiday season with classroom duties, getting your home ready and the family time, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You are going to set boundaries and simplify tasks and prioritize your self-care so you can enjoy this time of year with less stress and far more fulfillment. When we take care of ourselves, we bring our best to our students and our loved ones, making the season more meaningful for everyone. And that's what it's all about. And that's why December is my favorite month. Once you can master this on top of classroom management, I'm telling you, school does not feel like a job, okay? It's literally like, this is what I'm going to do today. You feel you are in control and you get to a point where you know and recognize that you control the flow of your day. Yes, you have to deal with student behavior, but my goodness, we're so good at classroom management, we are not letting the behavior of one student ruin our days. No, we're not. That's on that student. That's not a reflection of your teaching. Keep that in mind. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. Remember, we are opening the doors in January for another crew of teachers to join us inside the membership where you get far more one-on-one support with us, far more specific strategies for your unique situations to your classrooms. You simply fill out that Google form. We respond to you with tips, strategies, and resources to get you set up for classroom management success. So until next week, remember, I am Lauren Zbigan from LessonPlanToolbox.com. Teach, relax, repeat.